What's up, everybody? We're about to go on an adventure. An adventure in Retardville. What's up, everybody? It's Hunter Avalone here, and I have blessed you all with a brand new video. When I release a new video, my fans look like Africans when they finally see rain pouring from the sky to water their beans and rice and what do Africans even eat? Oh right, nothing. Anyway, welcome to Adventures in Retardville, the show where I talk about some of the dumbest things that happened over this past month of July. Now believe me, we have more stupid things to talk about than white people have in inbreds. So let's make like a Japanese guy and jump into this. Now the first story I want to cover is the plethora of stupidity that occurred in the Islamic State of London. Now I know I usually stick to US politics, but when I see something stupid, I can't keep my mouth shut. Seriously, I'm like a fat girl at the Cheesecake Factory. Anyway, Donald Trump went to visit London, and a horde of hive-minded, pompous bastards pretending to be educated on American politics decided to come on out and protest. Because as we all know, having good relations with the leader of the free world is just, well, it's really offensive. But these protesting Brits decided to do something different, innovative, something never done before. And no, I'm not talking about brushing their teeth. They decided to do something truly terrifying. Something that was sure to kick Donald Trump where it hurts. They decided to fly a balloon. I don't think I've ever seen anything so gigantic. What an immaculate statement against Donald Trump! Oh wait, this supposedly huge balloon was actually smaller than Sadiq Khan's balls. Seriously, look at this thing. I'm pretty sure I've seen midgets bigger than this. But yeah, everyone, they decided to fly a baby Donald Trump in a diaper balloon. But you know, this makes sense. As we all know, liberals are extremely offended that Donald Trump acts immature, childish, and embarrassing. So all these liberals decided to get together and protest Donald Trump by acting immature, childish, and embarrassing. They even went as far as to punch a Donald Trump dummy. You know, I'd say you punch like a girl, but apparently that's sexist nowadays, so for the sake of equality, you punch like a bitch. But hey, let's try and be nice. I mean, with this guy's inability to beat an inanimate object, I think it's fair to say that he'll be living the rest of his life single and beating other things, if you know what I mean. But while we're on the subject of protesting, why don't we move on to the next story? The other day, some guy decided to take a break from watching gay porn and smash up Donald Trump's Walk of Fame Hollywood star with a pickaxe. Yo, buddy, hate to break it to ya, Minecraft is not real life. Now, this is stupid in and of itself, as it really achieves nothing and just pushes more people towards Donald Trump. But what was truly hilarious was this article from Mashable, which was titled, "Hero Ruins Trump's Hollywood Walk of Fame Star with a Pickaxe." Wow. What a true hero. And here I was all along thinking firefighters were the true heroes. But this article is written by someone named Heather Dockeray, and she looks like she tried every drug available, then walked into the hair cuttery and said, "I want everyone to know Trump isn't my president." I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Heather, but no amount of drugs will get rid of your obvious gender dysphoria. This is the state of the left now, glorifying vandals, criminals, if it means you get to roast Donald Trump. For a party who preaches about love and tolerance and love Trump's hate, you'd think they'd be more open to having a conversation and to letting us all know what they disagree with. But no, instead they resort to worshiping vandals to own the Drumpf. Well, let's take a little break and head into the show within the show, tweeting like a tard. Now our first tweet comes from everyone's favorite porta-john, Huffington Post, and they tweeted, "A tape might exist of Trump doing something in an elevator, though exactly where that somewhere is, and what that something might be, no one in media can say. That's because no one in media seems to have seen the tape, or is even confident it exists." Yeah, why do I get the feeling the author of this tweet was bullied in middle school for not being able to say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, so they went ahead and wrote their own fucking riddle. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is peak journalism, where any kind of conspiracy theories about the government are mocked and called crazy, unless, of course, they're about Donald Trump. Then they're extremely valid. And Huffington Post, what do you even think Trump was doing in that elevator? Creating more jobs? This next tweet comes from a woman named Avery Edison. She's verified, yet we've never heard of her, so you know we're in for some stupidity. Billionaire should be a slur, as it's a fucking shameful thing to be. Vast wealth is immoral, and capitalism is a cancer on society. Nobody should have things they want, while anybody goes without things they need. This is what happens when you give people participation trophies. Let's go ahead and dissect and debunk this horribly stupid tweet. First of all, billionaire should not be a slur. Working hard to have nice things is not a bad thing. Vast wealth is not immoral. I mean, if you ask me, those bangs are immoral. You claim capitalism is a cancer on society. If that's true, why do you take advantage of capitalism and sell nude photos of yourself? I mean, hey, you can't really blame capitalism if people would rather run a gauntlet than look at your horrific nude photos. And finally, people can have what they want, while others don't have what they need. The great thing with capitalism is that the people who don't have what they need can go out, work, and eventually get the things they do need. You don't need to pull rich people down in order to pull poor people up. That's not the way it works. So I'm very sorry, but everything in your tweet was entirely wrong, and I'm not about to take advice from an overweight stripper. Sorry. Moving on, the dumpster of America, also known as California, recently did something groundbreaking. Amazing. A real win for tree huggers everywhere. They decided to ban straws. Wow. Finally, a liberal policy that doesn't suck. Now, they obviously did this for environmental reasons, yet this is so ridiculous, you can be given a fine or even be sent to jail in some cities if you're using a straw. I can see it already. The local jail is just filled with criminals. The one criminal's like, "Hey man, why are you here?" "Coke." "Oh dude, I got busted for cocaine also." "No, I mean I was drinking Coca-Cola. With a straw." City governments across the country are going after the plastic tubes, threatening businesses that distribute them to their customers with hefty fines, and one city in California is even threatening jail time for repeat plastic straw offenders. Only in California do they lower the penalty for knowingly spreading HIV, and now toss you in prison for using a straw. Honestly, I'm surprised more liberals aren't upset by this. I mean, how on earth are they gonna drink their soy? Listen, I understand the environment is important, but jailing or fining people for using a plastic straw is not only ridiculous, but it ultimately hurts your cause as well. I mean, I can tell you right now, if I get thrown in jail for using a straw, I'm gonna make a point to litter everywhere I go. Seriously, it's gonna be raining McDonald's wrappers on your tanned asses. But this is the state of the left now. This is the state of California. Please, someone, anyone, get me out of Hotel California. I have AIDS, I can't tell who's a boy or a girl, and now I can't even sip my fucking sweet tea. Speaking of not being able to tell who's a boy or a girl, let's move on to our final story. Boy or girl? Parents raising babies let kids decide. Yeah, we've come to this now. Parents raising their children without a gender. Even though gender expression is already flexible and able to be decided by the individual, and gender is biological and exterior proof of your sex, these fools still don't get it. I mean, first of all, it's kind of impossible to raise your kid without a gender. Gender is biological. Gender expression, however, is different, and you don't need to be some virtue signaling quack to act like you're a groundbreaking parent for letting your kids decide their gender expression. If you think about it, everyone kind of already does that. Is Zyler a boy or a girl? How about Caden? That's a question their parents, Nate and Julia Sharp, say only the twins can decide. The Cambridge, Massachusetts couple represent a small group of parents raising babies, children being brought up without gender designation from birth. A Facebook community for these parents currently claims about 220 members across the US. First of all, you named your kid Zyler? I mean, it sounds like Tyler, but even gayer. Secondly, you're raising him without a gender? You're just setting this poor kid up to be bullied. Seriously, in the next 10 years, if this kid shoots up his school with a gender-neutral gun, I don't know if I'll be that surprised. That was only a joke. don't get your NRA panties in a wad. But yes, these virtuous liberal parents are raising their children without a gender, calling them they-bees. More like, they be crazy. How does this even work? Dad, I want to play with a Tonka truck. Go to your room, Zyler, for being a bigot! But this is what happens when the liberal agenda becomes your religion. You ignore biology and hard science and push your agenda on your children. It's honestly ridiculous, and if you think this is going to be good for your child, you're wrong. You're most likely just doing this anyway because it makes you look like a good, virtuous, progressive parent. Seriously, do us all a favor and just keep sipping your soy. Hopefully it'll stop you from reproducing. But there you guys have it. Just a few stupid things that happened over this past month of July. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all soon. Peace.